everybody. I'm Jackson Baly, and welcome to another episode of Jackson Baly's Spooks America. I'm Jackson Baly.
I'm Michael Baly.
I'm Bill Bailey.
Oh my god! And I'm Joel Dusha.
What a get.
Yeah.
Bill Bailey.
Yeah.
God, we did well.
Yes.
Is
So,
this the third introduction we've now done for this show?
I think so.
Including the one that was presumably not broadcast.
there'll be so many more to come.
Okay, cool.
Fingers
Was
crossed.
the first one broadcast but in mime? Yes.
That rolls. You're welcome. So, the mystery we're going to talk about today is the Betz sphere.
The Betz sphere.
B-E-T-Z. Does that...
B-E-T-Z.
B-E-T-E-Z.
Does the Betz sphere, does that strike anything with you? Is that something you've heard of before?
Like a batty sphere?
No, B-E-T...
I'm
a
Michelle
problem
Brazier. Welcome to my show.
That's fair. Look, you can have it. No, B-E-T-Z. What is wrong with me? Betz. I'm just going to say Betz.
You're watching this.
Screw spelling this.
Is it an acronym?
No, it's actually a surname.
I'm legitimately confused how this is spelt because you keep fucking it up.
I don't care how it's spelled. Shut the fuck up. Just tell us the story.
B-E-T-Z.
Z.
How did you fuck that up?
I don't.
B-E-T-Z.
Yes.
So Betz,
Yeah.
but with a Z, not an S.
Yeah, which is what I could have said. Okay, so I'm
But
assuming...
you didn't.
No, you just kept saying Ted.
Well, that's all the time we have. Thanks for tuning in.
So I'm assuming this is something none of you have ever heard of before.
No.
Could you take a gamble at what it might be?
A sphere that someone was like, this is mine.
Okay.
Maths.
Yeah, clever.
It's a ball of bones from the Betz family.
All intriguing possibilities. And you're all wrong. No. So, no. It's 1974 Florida. And
I knew it.
That was my next guess.
Anton...
Wait, the Betz sphere is 1974 Florida.
Yeah, it's
That's
that
just
year.
the reference of time and space.
That's what we
Florida
call
was
it.
under the dome style dome.
Oh, that's cool.
Antoine, Jerry, and Terry Betz.
I'm Anton.
I'm Jerry.
I'm definitely Terry.
We're the Betz. You can spell the last name B-E-T-Z. Look us up.
I like rhyming. What can I say?
We live in Florida.
1974, baby.
So...
Have you been to Disney World?
That's true. That is the one. It's...
Ride to the newest attraction, the Haunted Mansion.
Haunted.
Whoa.
So, the Betz family are exploring their property after a terrible forest
Sorry, can I
fire.
jump in quickly?
Sure. I'd love you to.
It's B-T-Z.
Yes,
Okay,
not Ted
no,
Zed.
so Terry and Jerry, are they siblings?
Yeah, no, I think Terry is
blows.
the child.
Okay, so Jerry gave birth to Terry.
Yes.
I mean, my nana's name is Pauline, and she named her son Paul, so I don't bet.
That is crazy.
Yeah, but she didn't name her son Shirley.
No, she named the next one Lean, and together they Voltron.
So they discover a sphere, a perfect sphere made of metal in the forest.
You're a perfect sphere if
Thank
you're
you.
watching this.
Oh, I see. Okay,
yeah,
it wasn't
no.
for me.
We're all.
We are, except for Jackson.
So what do you think they
He was rude
found?
to me before.
What do you mean? They found a perfect
Yes, made of metal.
sphere.
Well, what was it?
How big was it?
I've solved the mystery. They found a perfect sphere. You already
Wait.
told me the clue is in the title.
Was it are we talking like a ball bearing?
It was a perfect sphere. It was large.
How big?
They initially thought it was a 16th century cannonball for some reason. If that gives you an idea of
I think it was a
size.
Wait,
16th
so like-
century cannonball.
So it's cannibal size.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
I was
It's
picturing like a
cannibal
Terminator.
sized.
No.
It's a 16th century cannibal.
Whoa.
I think if the twist is it's a 17th century cannibal, you suck.
Do you think they were accurate in the 16th? I don't know what a 16th century cannonball is doing. I mean, I guess Florida is... Well, it's as by the sea as any place on Earth is.
It's by the sea.
They used cannons on land.
They had a big war.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah,
The tea?
remember?
Remember the tea?
Okay. So,
Hamilton, the musical, heard of it?
Is that in Florida?
I don't
Boats and
know.
ships.
Terry
Boats and
Betz.
ships. Guns and ships.
they take the ball home and they discover that it exhibits a number of startling properties.
Wait, they thought it was a cannonball, but they've somehow... Oh, this is probably a cannonball. Huh?
I'm having this.
I've been to Edinburgh. I know what they weigh.
I guess there's three of them. Maybe together they take it back to the home. So,
Yes.
Could one not lift a cannonball?
No, you can lift
No,
a
they're
cannon.
really big.
they're very heavy.
Wait, how big is it? Is it this big or is it this big because I'm picturing it this big.
It's about yay big.
I'm picturing it's the weight of like 10 cricket balls.
In Mon-
Yeah, like a shot put.
Mons
Yeah.
Meg had big ones, and she was in Scotland, and she had big. She shot the big boys.
The big ones. They're the ones you
Ignore
want.
me. I guess I'm a historian. Wow. Pretty and funny. Wow. Crazy.
And so cultured.
So they take it home.
Uh-huh.
They put it in the ground. I don't know, or on their shelf. But then one day, Anton is playing his guitar.
Ooh, Anton.
Weird.
What song? Can you confirm? 1974.
Okay, what is Anton playing?
He was playing Wonderwall.
Yeah.
He wrote it.
He was playing a Sondheim song like that guy in The Joker.
And the ball starts vibrating when he does it. It reacts to his music.
Yeah, it's a Gallagher egg. It heard Wonderwall and said, one day I shall write this.
Oh my God. It birthed the Gallagher twins.
It's a Wonderwall ball.
Jerry and Terry Gallagher.
They also discover,
My dog is crying.
no,
My dog is crying.
Bruce, it's okay.
He might need to pee. Is there a fenced yard?
Yes, that is a fenced yard out there.
Let him do
Well,
a wee.
that's great seeing his just So they also discovered that if they rolled the ball away from them, it would do an arc. So they would roll it, it would roll, turn once, and then a second time and come back to them.
Is this one of those fucking like weasel ball like toys where the weasels come off and it's just...
Yeah, I've just failed to mention the weasel until now. One of those 16th century weasel
One day the weasel knocks
cannonballs.
on the door and it's like, I'm sorry, I think you have my
I think
property.
you have my tail. They're like, no, we don't. It's like,
It's great to imagine firing a cannonball that lands on another ship and just starts rolling around with a weasel. It's a cannonball and a weasel. Two problems for pirates. They also find
cannibal weasel.
that if they put it on a table, it will roll to the edge of the table and stop and roll back. So it
What
avoids
the
edges.
fuck?
What is it? What do you think? With the information I've given, what's the Betz ball?
Magnets.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Feels like magnets to
Yeah.
me.
Okay. Well, no-
Although,
Yeah.
I want to revisit this cannibal weasel.
okay, sure.
Because if we just have a little think, if you were a cannibal and a weasel,
Yeah.
how are you going to get
To meet.
to meet? You know, how are you going to get, maybe get your tail, put it on a ball, make your tail invisible,
Yes.
obviously.
Yeah, well, you got it.
You
Yeah.
want that ball perfect sphere.
Yeah.
Yeah. It goes around. No one can see, but your tail's on it. Just doing just this.
Yeah,
lots of
yeah,
that.
yeah,
And that,
great.
so you can see that. 'Cause you have lasers for eyes. And then you follow the Gallagher brothers. Terry and Jerry
I was
Gallagher.
hoping they'd come into this.
And then you whisper songs to them. And then they make beautiful music, you know? How many people say, how many lives are we away? Where were you while we were getting high?
Yeah.
Second verse, you know, and going down the hole, faster than a cannonball. Oh my God!
Call it quits there. We figured it out.
Gallagher egg.
That's the solution. If I ever heard one.
That's the best thing I've ever done.
Okay, at what point did you realize Cannonball was coming?
As soon as we started
Second
singing
verse?
the second verse. And then I was like,
Oh,
I'm
wait.
sure if you're watching this, you would have seen my eyes go, you genius. So that's how.
Well, you've solved it.
And then
Fuck the rest of my notes. We don't need them.
So this is meant to be an unsolvable mystery, right?
Yeah. All someone had to do was sing that song. They'd figure it out. So,
Yes.
some other experiments that the family performed on the ball.
So the experiments have done so far is roll the ball.
Do these people have jobs?
No, you got you're telling me if you got a mystery ball that reacted to your guitar, you're
Okay.
going to be like, whatever.
I feel like you're doling out information in like this mysterious cool way. I feel like if I saw it, I'd be like, oh, I know exactly what this is. The fact that it took 3 bets to figure this shit out. Because wait, it's 2 parents and a
Shanks, my friend, the Navy have yet to get involved. So just
child.
wait.
Goodness.
So played
Yeah.
guitar, it vibrated. Put it on the floor, rolled it. It
Yeah.
rolled back. Put it on a table. It wouldn't roll off table.
Yeah, well, as in they
Okay,
would.
and then the Navy came.
Are there any pertinent details about the
Where's
table
my dog?
or the guitar?
Shit on a plant. It was
He took a shit on a plant.
That's great.
Is he back inside or is he still outside?
It's a fenced off
He
area.
might. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe leave the door open because okay, cool. Because otherwise he will shit on more stuff. He'll get bored. He'll get angry. He'll be like, "I'm gonna shit.
I'm gonna shit on this
everything
porch."
until they let me out." But he shits perfect spheres.
Whoa. Oh, you can't solve this mystery twice. That's not fair.
Okay. Sorry. Did you want to continue
So-
roasting this?
So another experiment they performed
Yep.
is they got the ball, they got a hammer,
Yep.
and they smacked it. And when they did, it rang. That's another thing
Like
they
a
discovered.
bell.
Yeah.
Or like a telephone. Can you confirm?
No, it
Hello?
it rang.
This is bull. Write me a hit.
It rang like a bell. They also put it on a slanted table, and it rolled up the table of its own volition. Yeah, so those are some of the experiments. The Betz,
didn't!
the Betz family hated this ball so much because it moved too much that at night they would put it in a bag and hide it so that it didn't roll around the house.
No, just because you're hidden doesn't mean you're not gonna roll.
Well, it would try to roll, but it would be in the bag and it would just flop around like a
Put
fish.
it outside.
Well,
Who
then it's going to
cares?
roll down the lawn and go away forever.
Good. If you hate the ball and the ball goes away, you're like, that's good. Then you can just tell the Navy or whoever, like, yeah, it rolled away in the night.
The Navy are like,
Sorry.
please don't call us to tell us you don't. So, at once it rolled for 12 minutes straight and didn't stop, and it seemed more active on sunny days.
Here's something. It didn't.
And also,
It's just
Jackson,
my idea is it didn't.
also, ball, like,
Hi, Bruce. Did you do Bruce?
You shit on a plant?
Bruce, come here.
Go to mum.
Show every. Come up.
Oh, Bruce.
He's too short. You can't see him.
That's so sad.
But he's
Rest
good.
assured, there's a dog on set.
Imagine if we were just
a ball.
miming this whole thing.
we're planning for a very great reveal where just like a floating collar goes past. Like, ooh, spooky.
Happy Halloween. So the current going theory is the ball did none of these things.
Yeah, it's a lie.
I mean,
Yeah.
And-
a ball rolling
Hey, a
for
lie
12
is
minutes.
on Jackson Baly Spooks America. A lie is always an option.
So I'm also probably going to go with, it's also one of my go-to answers, which is like, even if it did, who cares? A ball rolling isn't that impressive.
Rolled up.
It rolled up.
Rolled up.
It defied physics. You don't care. Why am I even bringing this up with you?
It's all the time.
Why do I even invite you on this show?
Well, I would have been more invested if I wasn't introduced rudely 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, I kicked things off roughly.
Thrice.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
thrice,
That's
three
fair.
times. Rude to my face 3 times.
Okay, so genuine, but who cares? A lie, Shanks.
I just think this is like the worst haunting story ever. Imagine having like a possessed ball. It's like, what does it do? Well, sometimes it rolls up a hill. It's like, oh, man, we gotta move.
What are we gonna do about
I
it?
like the idea of like they like put it in the back of the car, like drive out miles, like throw it into a lake, like there it's behind us, and then that night they just hear like as it's just like rolling up the pavement. Yeah. Lightning storm. There's a silhouette of just like a circle in the window.
Imagine going to the Betz family home and like you see the ball in the bag and you're like, "What's that for?" And they have to explain to you that they don't like that it rolls around
We've
too
got
much.
this ball. We think it's haunted. It rolls.
It moved for 12 minutes
And that's
straight
why we
once
brought
and
you here, Father. Could you please?
What the hell?
exercise this ball.
Bruce.
He's here.
He's doing good. You can hear his tail
I just
wapping.
want everyone to show. I want everyone to
Bruce,
see.
hop up on the table.
I will. Have you seen Gamey Game?
I would love that.
He loves table.
So also people that felt the ball, people that held the ball, described
Got
it as
pregnant.
Huh?
Got pregnant.
No,
pregnant.
no, I wish. Got pregnant
You
with
wish?
further balls.
Give birth to just like,
wish.
wouldn't that have been something?
Would have been pretty interesting. If I'd been like, yes, when the people held the ball, they gave birth to further balls, you'd have all been like, what?
I would have been like, it's a lie.
No, they didn't.
That's cool, but no.
But as far as we know,
Yeah.
at this stage, it is a featureless, at least metallic S.
It was featureless except for
Here we go.
Oh, weasel tail.
The butthole.
An anus, yes.
a
A thing
small,
that says, I am a magic ball.
2 eyes. No, a small
Henry's magic shop.
triangle embossed on the side.
Shut the fuck fuck up.
Oh my god, Illuminati.
How many guests? 1, 2, 3, 4 plus Bruce. That's 4 actually. So unfortunately, it didn't work out this time.
Can't win them all. Yeah. People who held it said that it felt like a Mexican jumping bean. That's a direct quote. Like it wanted to leap out of their hands. That I feel like you can kind of chalk up to people just expecting the ball to do something cool.
That sounds like that mass hysteria thing of everyone being like,
Yeah.
I can feel it.
And again, it was 1974 in Florida. Like, these are not smart people.
no.
Wait, isn't there like hurricanes in Florida a lot? Was it just windy when it rolled up?
It could have been really windy.
I thought you were going to somehow be like, was the ball not just a hurricane?
It's the source of the hurricane's power.
Seems like
It
a
is
hurricane.
the eye of the storm.
Well, look, it could. I think they did it indoors, and I feel like upper table is still impressive. So,
If it's really windy and you've left a window open though.
then maybe, I guess. So they,
Thank you for taking my suggestion on board.
No, well,
I appreciate it.
Anytime. Maybe that's made up for my rudeness at the
Please
beginning.
don't get divorced.
Is this going to be like one of those lateral thinking puzzles where at the end it turns out the Betz family are just characters on a pinball machine, and it's like,
Yeah.
whoa,
crazy.
yeah, Romeo and Juliet are fish.
I hope this ends with, so riddle me this.
So,
I think it's going to end with me annoyed.
Yeah, that's Jacksonville Spooks America.
oh yeah, you have no idea. So, they contact a newspaper because they want to figure out what it is. They put like a piece where they're like, "Hey, help me figure out what my ball is." A guy called Carl Wilson from a holistic institute in Baton Rouge.
Best kind.
The-
Did you say Cal Wilson?
Wilson.
Cal Wilson.
The institute is called the Omega -1 Institute. Which is so good.
Why?
I don't know.
Comment below.
So he investigates it and he claims that it's transmitting a radio signal and that it's also powerfully magnetic. What do we think?
Why does he think that?
Well, he ran some tests and experiments on it.
Which
What
test?
experiments?
He ran holistic
He
experiments.
fucked it. He fucked them all.
If we just
He
rewind
has
the
a perfectly
tapes.
triangular penis. It just-
Yeah.
If we just rewind the tapes, someone claimed that it was just magnets at the start.
That's true.
Potentially a genius. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, if anyone's a genius, I got to the one.
Yeah, actually. Look,
well, yeah, I just wanted to deem
I'm
this
just-
triangular penis as a Noblerone.
Oh, no, that's great. That's very good. So does that...
Incredible. That was
incredible.
really good.
I'm so glad we're family.
Terry.
Whatever your name is.
Jerry.
Oh, right. I thought
Antoine.
he was Jerry.
I'm Antoine
Yeah.
and Jerry.
Antoine
my
was
God.
seriously one of the names.
When I looked up how to pronounce Antoine, I got 3 different results and it stressed me heaps.
I'm Anton, Antoine, and Antoine.
One of them was Antoine. And I was like, that can't be right.
I'm Anton.
It's like, no, this website's lying
It's
to
just
me.
like you've got to pronounce. The pronunciation guy was just like Anton, and then just exhale. Anton.
I was briefly friends with a man named Antoine.
Oh, yeah.
He was French, and we went to a music festival together, and I saw he was having some physical relations with,
Sure.
with a person, and then they sort of disappeared, and I saw him the following morning. I said, "So, how did last night go?" And he just went, "It was a night of love," and he walked off.
And that was the last time you spoke to him?
Yeah, it was. He died.
I love that. He's a ghost. It was a night of love. It was a beautiful time, and 2 souls connecting. It's just like on the dance floor, she's getting fingered.
Yeah.
I always loved it was like a news report. Somebody posted about it in the Sandsman's Facebook group, and it was like Black Panther spotted on like Parisian rooftops, and they had an interview with one of the people there. It was just like the most French response. They were like, "What do you think?" And he was like, she is beautiful."
I went to a doctor once and I had like a weird lump and it turned out to be fine. But I was like, I had a French doctor and I was like, hey, this. And she's like, okay, well, seems like it could be maybe a rare form of aggressive cancer, maybe. And I was like, thank you. She's so like, seems like probably
that is
die,
life.
I guess. I don't know. It's weird. It's so weird because it's very aggressive. It's like
So what are our going theories at the moment?
French.
Okay, that's good.
French Gallagher brothers in ball.
I still think they're pinball characters.
Pinball Wizard. Is this set in the Pinball Wizard song?
Yeah, in the Tommy universe.
In
Is this
Tommy
in the Tommy
Universe.
universe? It's a musical. Is this the musical?
So the Navy became interested.
What do you mean? What do you mean? And then the Navy, like Omega -1, and And the Navy were like, oh.
Well, Omega Minus One.
Fuck, this shit's
An
serious
admiral
now.
was in the neighborhood door knocking.
If Craig from Omega Minus One says.
So, I guess it just became like a notable thing. It was in the papers. People were
I
like,
guess people are seeing it. There's a lot of people seeing this. It sounds like mass hysteria to me.
people are like, what's in this ball?
You understand that, like, the newspaper,
Yeah.
quite thick. Lots of dog shit stories.
Yeah.
I reckon I could open the newspaper and they'd be like, man mows lawn wrong.
Well, I can't explain to you why the Navy cared, but they did. The Navy were concerned. So, the Navy gave it an X-ray, and they deduced that it was hollow, that it was made of stainless steel, and that inside it had sort of
Magnets.
2 cavities. Yes.
Ugh.
What does that change your opinion of what the ball might be?
Sorry, it has 2 cavities.
It has 2, so it's hollow. It's got like a thick outer rim, and within there are 2 sort of cavities that have like a separate kind of metal in it. Also, sometimes people who shook it said, and people would shake it all the time, said that it sounded like there was stuff moving inside.
So one of the cavities is like filled with a liquid, and there's like an imbalance of the weight, which causes it to, when you put it down, kind of wiggle a little bit, like a sort of magic 8. Not a magic 8 ball, but you know.
I know what
it
you
does,
mean.
Like a spherical.
That is one of the explanations where people are like, well, you know, if a thing has like liquid in it and you roll it, it does the like whoop, whoop, whoop. That's
Yeah.
just physics. Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah,
Did they find
I think it's probably physics.
Magic 8 Ball?
The Navy didn't find any water in it, but look, probably.
Wait, hold on. A magic 8 ball screen is often triangular. If this
Yeah.
is a fucking magic 8 ball,
Is this where they came from, maybe?
From just landed
from heaven, the gods must be crazy.
Ask again later.
There were also no seams on it whatsoever. So there was no like evidence of
Seamless undies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just
Wear
like
that under anything.
Bonds down the bottom.
Yeah.
So is our theory still it didn't happen, a lie or a magic 8 ball?
A Magic 8 Ball from heaven.
Okay.
God created it because people were asking for too much stuff. And he was like, just pass this around, shake it.
Figure it out.
Yeah, you
Sort
go.
it out yourself.
Also, and most importantly, shut up.
Everyone
rude.
shut up.
A magic 8 ball's clever that it has ask again later. That's longevity in your toy.
It's asking again later. Also, it's like it's creating a job for yourself.
yeah.
I mean longevity in a toy, because yeah, you get a magic 8 ball, you ask it one question, yes, okay, that'll do, throw it away. I'll never have another question in my life.
I guess I've
Jax
no
is a
longer...
man who has asked one question and one question only.
Am I
question.
special? Yes. Okay.
If I ask a question that says ask again later, I'm not going again. No, throwing it away. So, another person that had a look at it was Dr. Alan Hynek. He was
All these men have fucking horrible goatees. I just know it.
Dr. Alan Hynek.
Hyneck. Show me your ball! Oh no, it's a snake man. So he was a
It's the other
UFOologist.
half of the weasel.
A doctor of UFOology.
Yes, and an astronomer at Chicago University.
Same, bruh.
Actually, no, I'm into this guy.
And he was like,
Hynek.
I am this guy.
Is he a ball and I'm the Navy? Because I'm taking an interest.
Hynek wanted to have a look at it. Hello, Bruce. And he was like, can you send it to me? The Betz family were like, we don't trust the post. If we send it to you, we'll lose it forever.
We don't trust the post. What we believe in is this ball. So we...
It'll roll out of the post box.
What we believe in, the basis for our faith is this ball. It is not the post.
It's
So,
like the beginning of a Lovecraft story or something, with less racism.
so, at the time, the National Enquirer, which is not a reputable magazine, they were offering a $50,000 reward for proof of extraterrestrial life. So Terry decided to drive out and see if he could win the $50,000.
What the fuck, Terry?
But
What about Antoine? What about Jerry?
Yes, what about us, Antoine and Jerry?
I've got a Betz on myself because it's my name.
Yeah.
So did Terry, myself, I've forgotten,
Yes.
Yeah.
think it was extraterrestrial?
No, he just he thought he could get the 50 grand, which
Which,
is,
fair enough.
but it's,
Behold!
like
you
you've
go.
been saying since the beginning of this episode, it's just a ball. It's not like an alien's in it.
That is famous for us in this episode. Just yelling, it's just a ball.
He didn't win.
Did anyone win?
Well, no, I guess not, because we don't have proof of extraterrestrial life. That's a crazy
one of
thing.
those
I didn't
unwinnable
research
things.
into that I wasn't like, oh, interest peaked. I wonder if we figured it out then. I was just like, well, it didn't work out for Terry.
Oh, Terry.
Yeah, it's been a real hard year.
Yeah, they decided, it wasn't man-made, and Hynek didn't get a look at it. So what do we think now?
Hi, Nick.
It was too low for him.
You're gonna have to lift it up to my eye level.
He's like the opposite of Wilson from Home Improvement. Like, you can only see the bottom half of his chin because he's too high up.
Cloud covers
Yeah.
the top.
There's all these like lattices getting in the way.
Somebody draw.
yeah, let's get an illustration of Hynek.
Alan Hynek.
So what do we think? What are we still on It's Just a Ball?
Well, Alan Hynek had a very, very curious look into this ball, right? Like he wanted to see it.
Yeah.
Do we think that maybe Alan Hynek was the other half of the weasel that was attached to the ball?
Maybe.
Or a family of weasels in a coat.
I reckon it was a family of weasels.
We are Alan Hynek.
Please draw this again. I can't stress this enough.
Great to imagine going to Alan Hynek's office and he's just got a bowl of like acorns that he shoves his hand into so all the weasels can get out the sleeve and tuck them up. Go on.
I think it's an alien.
All right. Okay,
Okay,
good.
right. Give him
I've
the
been
50
saying this the
grand.
whole time. I think it's an alien. I think, yeah.
All right, UFO. Just an alien. Do you mean like a guy, like an alien being, or like a ship?
I mean, one of the films.
Okay.
I think it's one of the films is inside the ball on a reel.
The first, yeah, okay. I was just
Prequel.
Yep. Whoa.
Alia. So there's Alia, Alien, Aliens. I think it's Alia. Which is also the name of my French doctor.
Shanks, where are you?
Oh, not where I want to be. No, I don't know. I'm just I'm on tenterhooks. to see
Oh,
what we
well,
get
that's
next.
exciting. So the judges also noticed that, well, it rattled when shaken. And
Same.
It's just every individual component is so thoroughly uninteresting on its own.
so here's where this story becomes massively disappointing.
Oh, no.
Here's where it becomes.
The only thing we've latched onto this whole time is just people's names.
Are we about to find out exactly what it is?
No.
Okay.
No, but it went. The family disappeared and nobody knows where the ball is.
What?
That's way
That's not
better.
disappointing.
That's
That's
so
amazing. No one knows where the ball is and no one knows where the Betz are.
How is this what interests you?
They're the Gallagher brothers. They're the Gallagher brothers.
Why can I not understand this show?
Jackson, up until this
They
point,
disappeared.
the mystery was there is a metal ball.
Family.
And now you're saying 3 people just vanish.
Yeah.
And you're like,
After the
that's-
Navy was involved, a bunch of like Mr.
that's-
Omega Man.
And that's the boring bit.
The Navy killed them.
Stole their ball.
family.
Alan Hynek killed them, stole the ball.
The Gallagher brothers killed Alan Hynek, who had stolen the ball, and then
Yeah.
they used the ball to write
Wonderwall.
Wonderwall.
We know there's music in that ball.
Yeah, they wrote Wonderwall and then Rollin'. Fred Durst. Both
All of
Air
the-
Raid Assault Vehicle version and the other version.
All the
Yes.
greatest songs that have been written that are in some way about balls came from this ball.
Wonderwall, famously about balls.
All rhymes
Great
with
Balls of
ball.
Fire. I'm drawing a blank. The Sphere of Despair, which is on my upcoming EP.
Oh,
And that's it for the ball songs. Okay, so is our theory now?
No. Let us silently think of more ball
balls.
songs.
Okay, hey.
Pinball was in.
Yeah, okay.
Is it, ball?
Ball.
There's surely a song called like Having a Ball
Down,
with Timothy
down the
Spall.
Down, is there a song about down ball somebody wrote?
Down Ball by Holly Valance.
you
Down
go.
Ball, gotta keep your down ball. Down, yeah.
oh my god.
We all know Holly Valance.
Yeah, everyone
Down
does.
Ball.
Kiss, kiss, you done.
I'm so excited for this song to drop the word cannonball and shock us all.
Ball.
Ball.
Kiss Kiss Ball Ball by
Holly Valance.
Let's bowl, let's rock and roll from Grease 2. It's not explicitly about balls, but it's about bowling.
Bowling for
And
Soup
bowling
is
has
a
balls.
band.
Bowling for Soup.
I feel like that's bowling, not bowling.
Yeah,
is
well,
correct,
that's a
but
feeling
what-
that you
Yes,
have.
but what do you bowl with?
Yeah, when you're bowling for soup,
no,
what are
fair,
you using?
Fair. It's sad that this ball made it all the way down to bowling for soup. Nobody cares about this bowl anymore. You tricked me.
Is the ball a poker ball and the whole family got absorbed into it? And now the 3 of them are just trapped in whatever the hell realm.
And
That's
the ball
the creation of what's a Pokemon with 3 heads? That Magnemite
Dodrio?
Magnetrio?
Dodrio. There we go.
Yeah,
That one
yeah.
works better.
Are
3
there people
heads.
commenting on this while we say it? Does anyone have theories?
No, nobody's watching.
Oh, nobody's watching. Oh, cool.
We'll ask people afterwards if they've
This
got
isn't
any
even being
theories.
filmed. Look, it's paused.
So, would you like to hear some...
Shit.
The only comment I can see is Jumanji Ball. I don't know what that means.
Jumanji ball.
Jumanji. Hang on. Jackson, don't move on. Jumanji
You're right.
What about
Ball.
Jumanji?
Yes.
For just 1 second.
I would love to.
What do you think about the reboot?
I'm
I
into
haven't
it.
seen
I
it.
haven't seen it.
I fucking love it.
It's good. It's
I
fun.
love it. I love Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I love Johnson.
I love Duke Blick. I love Carrington. He must have a boom boom.
Jungle Time. And, sorry, we're experiencing some technical.
Do not adjust your sets, etc.
Wait, hold on. Is that the end of the story?
No,
Okay.
no, that's the end of the ball. We don't know what happened to it past that
What
point.
about the family?
No, we don't know what happened to the family.
So this
family
is the
doesn't just
fucking
go
end of the
missing.
story.
This is
then.
I got to this point in researching this and I was like, okay, cool. Where's the ball? I went on so many websites.
You went to the wrong place.
Nobody
you were
knows.
Chasing the ball. There are human beings missing, presumably absorbed by the ball.
there was a
or
magic
killed
ball.
by the Navy. Are the Navy particularly involved in like
Like
Area
cover-ups.
56?
Which one?
The one with the balls?
What's that?
50, Area 56.
Era 56.
Yeah, it's got all the balls.
The ball one. We raided the wrong
We're
place.
gonna storm Area 56. Who's with me?
We gotta get the balls.
It's just like
Ash-
one guard. It happened.
People in Naruto running past me.
They want the
leave
balls. We gotta protect the ball.
Hashtag free the ball.
Putting
The
the,
guard's last day is about to retire.
putting the balls on the back of a flatbed truck, them all rolling off as they drive away.
Hey, what if what's that movie? You will probably a better person to look at than Jackson.
Hello.
The Phantom, starring Billy Zane.
Phantasm is that what it is?
Phantasm, yeah.
Phantasm's got like a
killer
little
ball.
metal ball that like you think it's just a sphere, and then like it opens up and like a razor comes
Yeah,
out
it
of it,
just-
and like a spike.
So your theory's the
so-
ball.
They had their little balls in an episode of Doctor Who also.
Yeah.
They were like, we are your friends. But
then they weren't
weren't.
your friends.
Oh no, Doctor what?
Doctor, pardon me.
So yeah, I just think it was viral marketing for that film.
I'm marketing for Phantasm.
I mean, Phantasm came out, 70s?
Yeah, it did. No, the timeline adds up. Sure.
Hang on, I got a phone in my phone.
Find out.
I just
I'm really
elbowed
young.
this very evil clown, and touching it has probably cursed me.
Phantasm is such a weird ass
It's a
movie.
great film. He's from
No, it's
space. He is an alien.
Don Coscar. Oh,
The Phantasm
yeah.
man. He's an alien. Grandpa's
Angus
mad, and
Scrimm.
he's from space.
Play a good game, boy.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, me neither, but I've read about it somewhere once. So, what are our final theories before I get into some explanations that people have for the ball? Let's start with Shanks.
I think, I don't know, it was just like this inane rambling about this ball until the family went missing and it got all like Epstein. And now I don't know what to think. Like, it is actually kind of a spooky ending.
I think the ball definitely did not commit suicide.
Okay. Like
Yeah.
Epstein.
I'm just saying.
There were two guards watching the ball.
Exactly.
The ball's
both
on
fell
suicide
asleep.
watch.
The family fell asleep,
Yeah. The ball.
and then
Hey.
the guards, the family,
And then the family disappeared as well.
and
That's
then
a
everyone
goof.
was like, and then it was in the news for a bit, and then it disappeared.
Okay.
People aren't talking about it anymore, Jackson. Why aren't people talking about it anymore?
It's been decades.
It's been the biggest news we've ever had. The ball was under close watch.
Yeah, it had its
people-
own private island.
Yes.
That's why the Navy were involved. Island surrounded by sea. That's why the Navy works.
Sea,
That's where
ocean,
the Navy
heard of
lives.
it?
Water. H2O.
The Navy did
Need
claim that it
Needed
wasn't.
for all life, including alien life, probably.
H2O, what's an O? It's a
Yeah.
fucking ball.
We can't keep having these realizations, guys. My heart can't take it. The Navy did. They said it was man-made, but not theirs when they investigated it.
This is man-made, but it's not ours.
And as the Navy, we have made all man-made things. So this is baffling.
Just so you know, it wasn't us.
So
Well,
is the,
someone made it, but it wasn't us.
I hope the direct quote was, yeah, it's made by a guy, but not one of our guys.
No one now, guys.
so is the going theory of the table the Navy killed the Betz family and took their magic ball?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or whoever made the ball killed the family and took it back.
Like you say theory, but I say truth.
Fact, in fact.
So, some theories as to what the Betz ball might have been.
Sure.
This is always either the best or worst part of the episode because you say things that make me angry, or I'm like, oh yeah, that theory, that's good.
So, some people think it might have been a downed satellite, like Sputnik. That was one of the other theories that the Betz family had when they found
How
it.
big is it? Is it kind of like this pumpkin, but
Yeah.
but more even?
Yeah.
There are so many different sizes that it's big.
If it's a fucking satellite, the Navy will look at it and be like, hey, this is a satellite.
Yeah.
We often use these also. We mightn't send them to space, but we are familiar with them, yes.
Because the Navy gave it back to the family, right?
yeah.
Which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
insane.
Yeah, you'd think. Well, that's why.
Oh, the ball was just like a fucking ball, and they were like, "You can have it."
We don't want
It's
this
a
fucking ball.
Well,
we
that's-
didn't make it.
why the idea that the Navy assassinated the Betz family.
The truth that the Navy assassinated the
Yeah,
Betz
have your ball back.
That's what the Navy are doing.
Yeah,
That's
Navy.
their main pastime.
Yeah, killing people for their balls.
Killing people with their magic balls.
Sorry, just looking at the comments. Canala, there is a TV show called The Island, and when they're trying to escape, they get swallowed by floating balls. Except the show's actually called Prisoner.
Yeah.
Just letting you know. But yes, there is a big floating ball that comes out like woo, 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 woo. They parody it in The Simpsons in an episode where they go to the island, and that's I think we.
The Simpsons. Collector of culture, so that we don't have to experience any of the culture for ourselves.
We can
Absolutely.
enjoy history 30 minutes at a time, but also have a laugh when Homer's like, I hate my boy.
Homer, he does.
He hates that boy.
So,
He loves his girl. Do it for her.
yeah.
Oh, so touching.
And he strangle the boy.
I like your caveman Simpsons explanations. He strangled the boy. He mad. That is.
Duh.
So, another possible explanation is that it was a sea bottom marker. So, this is a ball that they put at the bottom of the ocean
Again?
for submarines to track with a
You
going.
know when it's
Oh,
the
okay,
bottom.
right. Yeah, like
You
what are the
hit the
main
bottom.
thing?
The bottom would be giving its own vibration.
You're
Like
not
it would
gonna-
be the sonar.
Slam the submarine into the ground and be like, well, I've not seen the marker.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
You know.
Please, sir, we're drilling.
Also, the Navy would know what it was.
The water's thick down here,
Bruce.
sir.
Hey, Bruce.
Bruce. Why won't you come to me?
Well, it's
Oh, you
difficult
are
to
coming.
make the journey.
Do you want to go to mummy?
Yeah.
Which way do I slide?
There's no way.
He's going under, like a champ.
Yes, that's good.
Oh my gosh. Bruce, you can do
On
this.
the list.
Okay, so, there we go.
Yes, he got to mom.
Bruce. Oh no.
He's gone again.
Bruce, up.
Goodbye, Bruce. You'll never believe us that there's a dog.
No.
Can I go and get Bruce?
Yeah, of course.
It's like being on an airplane.
Bruce, there you go.
Sir,
Hey, man, how you doing? Then we got this breather. Michelle and Shanks have left to look at a dog. Bruce! Yes! Oh, that's so good. Bruce, what do you...
So it looks like he's talking into a mic.
Yeah!
on the chair.
Bruce, what do you think the ball was? Do you know? I think it was just a ball. Jackson, this is a boring mystery.
Why does Bruce's voice that you're putting on also hate your theory?
I don't know. I'm just trying to be realistic. So,
Bruce rules.
that's so good. So, the most...
If you have a dog, don't put it through this, but this dog is particularly patient and likes to be around me. If you meet a dog on the street, don't just like pick it up,
Put it on your
hold
lap.
it like this. This is not normal.
Dog.
Bruce is so relaxed, though.
Particularly placid
statesman.
and trusting.
Yeah.
Not all dogs are like
Yeah.
this, and they might get cross with you or stressed. This dog might go to sleep.
Ah.
Again, it's like The Simpsons when Bart brings his dog to school and everyone just shuts down to be like,
Ah.
Hey, who gives a fuck about this theory? Dogs. I love Bruce.
It's true.
"What dogs love to fetch?"
We can't keep solving this mystery.
Okay,
Bruce
what's
did
the
it.
other theory?
So, the most often given explanation as to the Betz mystery ball comes from, a Coke delivery man was making a trip down Mexico way.
Coke?
A cola.
Yeah, he was glazing some chicken wings on the way and selling them to KFC. So
I'm so excited to eat that chicken glazed in Coke. And he saw a sculpture made of similar looking balls, all connected together like a tree.
Just to jump in, so this
Sure.
truck delivery man was already really aware of this story to the point where he had seen it in the flesh enough where he'd be like, one day I will find a ball which looks similar to this.
I think
ball."
you all mocked me for the Navy being interested, but I think just everyone knew about this in
I just want
1974.
to just clarify, I was mocking the Navy, not you.
Oh, well,
I was
that's
definitely
nice to
mocking
hear.
you.
Well, that's to be expected. So,
The Navy. Shut up. That's what I was thinking.
so the sculpture was made by a fella named James Durling Jones,
Checks out.
and
Not as
James.
funny as High Neck, but still pretty funny.
I like
Darling
James
Joe.
and Jones in the same name. Something about that's good. Those are sort of sister names, if you know what I mean.
Jim
So-
Jones,
yeah.
great guy.
So, James claimed
Nothing but nice things.
that he'd collected these balls, which were balls designed to clean pipes, basically, like big, thick pipes. You put it down there, it was heavy enough that it would clean the pipe out. I don't know how it works. Bruce is making a journey. And that he'd collected enough of them, put them in the back of his combi van, and was leaving Florida, and one had fallen out. And he believed that the Betz sphere was one of his sculpture balls.
Sculpture ball.
So what, at the end of the day, is our final theory as to the very nature of the Betz mystery
That
sphere?
makes
Sculpture ball.
perfect sense, except for the fact fucking 3 people
Yeah,
disappeared.
3 people did. So we
Of
really
course it was
focused
yeah.
on the wrong.
Well, they buried the lead.
The disappearance, I feel like maybe I didn't get across this. The disappearance is not, it's more like they disappeared from the public eye. I personally have been unable to find out where the Betz family is, but possibly a private detective
Hey Siri,
could.
where's the Betz family? Where is the Betz family?
Here's what I found.
Oh my god, that's it.
Tracy Spicer has done the hard work for you. Tracy Spicer knows where they are.
If Tracy Spice is watching the stream,
Tracy Spicer,
them.
Truther.
Could you tell us, Tracy,
Tracy, where are they?
Tracy,
Tracy.
where's the
where's
Betz
the
family?
Betz family?
And what's the ball?
Oh, goodbye, Bruce.
Bye, Bruce.
All right. At the end of the day, let's go JD down. What's your theory as to what the Betz mystery sphere was?
It was a bowl used to clean
Yeah, pipes.
pipe. The family.
What? Okay, so
producing there from Zamet.
Our viewership has just tripled.
yeah,
was Bruce.
classic. What a classic situation. All right, you're gonna get a quick rundown of the Betz mystery sphere. 1974. Florida. Family find a mystery sphere, perfectly spherical, roughly the size of a cannonball in a forest fire.
It's not a cannonball.
Not a cannonball.
It's not a weasel.
It's not an egg.
Please rewind it and watch the
Yeah.
bit where we sing because it's
It's great.
incredible.
It's
It's
the top
truly
10.
beautiful. So,
Can you rewind this?
Yes.
We could slowly walking.
So, the family take the ball home.
Yes.
They play guitar, the ball vibrates. It's probably good for you guys to get a
Is it
refresher.
okay if I try and get free stuff? Well, I'm doing
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. If anybody wants anything on the
at
table.
Frank Green.
Yeah, if any big bird bone companies are looking, I'll happily endorse.
So the ball vibrates when one of them plays a guitar.
I mean, this is so frustrating because spoiler alert, none of this pays off.
So convenient. It doesn't even. It won't leak. Put that in my bag.
Won't
it
roll
open.
away on its own volition.
Won't. Not like a ball. Hey, this is actually metal.
If you open it up and a ball came out right now,
I wouldn't know what to do.
Sorry, did I derail that?
No, not at all.
That's what I'm here for.
So the sphere would roll back to you if you rolled it away from you, and it would avoid falling off ledges. It also once rolled for 12 minutes straight and rolled up a hill. It also... Oh, here's the thing I forgot.
It didn't roll
Oh,
up a hill. It rolled up a table that was like...
Slanted.
So,
In Florida, hurricane country.
Yes.
this is the... Yeah, that was somehow relevant.
3
we
people
decided.
are missing.
We don't know where
We
they
got
are.
to about 45 minutes in.
and Jackson was like, "Don't worry about that." No,
Blah, 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 blah.
So,
Tracy Spicer. Hang on.
the family that had the ball, the Betz family, after the Navy had a look, after High Neck had a peep, after Omega -1 had a peep, they left it in their house, and then they started to hear haunting organ music coming out of the ball. and
Dun, 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 dun.
doors and windows would slam open and shut as though a poltergeist had come
One
into
of them
the house.
became a really good singer.
So the part that you forgot to tell us
Chandelier crashes.
prior to this flashback, this recap,
Yeah.
It was an
was
organ.
the haunted part of the
Yeah,
story.
easily the most interesting part of the story. I mean, if it
Yes.
cleans pipes, maybe it's from a pipe organ and it was cleaning the pipes.
Why didn't it absorb the
Yeah,
music?
it's all the music. You've never done that?
I've never climbed down a pipe organ to absorb the church music. That would be kind of like the noise in the bag that you've kept it in because you hate it rolling around.
Weird humming.
Yeah.
The Betz Mystery Sphere, for those who've just joined us, it was investigated by the Navy, by
I don't
Omega.
believe that the organs. This is insane.
The
you
Omega-
buried 2 leads.
It's okay. None of this is true.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Like, that's
It's
what you
not
got to
true.
remember.
Yeah, sorry. It's a lie. Bah.
The Omega -1 Institute also had a look at it, and James Hynek wanted to have a peep but didn't.
Can someone watching just Google the Omega -1 Institute?
Yeah, are they still around?
Hey, Siri, what is the Omega -1 Institute?
The Omega -1 Institute was started by Tracy Spicer. What?
Who are you?
Here's what I found.
Omega Institute for Holistic Studies.
That's it. That's good. And please, this is something about Jackson Bailey Spooks America. You're welcome to search along to try and figure it out yourselves. I'm so excited to find out. Holistic doesn't really give me a lot of confidence for Hynek or for the Omega -1 Institute.
It's a non-profit educational retreat center located in Rhinebeck, New York, founded by Elizabeth Lesser and Stephen... Oh, no.
Rechtstaffen.
Thank you. Inspired by Sufi mystic... Wait.
Well,
You
when I
gave me a
Googled
look
it-
of absolute disgust, Dusha. I'm so
I can claim
excited.
this on tax now.
that rules. So when I googled Omega -1, this is what came up, and it kind of just I almost got a nosebleed reading it. I think.
Yeah.
Omega -1 is less than omega and greater than all finite numbers. Omega minus
Finite.
Finite, finite.
infinite.
Oh, no, infinite. I see how you got there. Nobody
Greater than
says
all
infinite.
finite numbers.
Yeah.
Wait, B.E. Ted. Remember? I don't. Yeah. Omega -2 is less than that, but still greater than all finite. Is omega minus omega still greater than all finites? Let's discuss. Why did that come up?
What are your opinions on the finites?
So,
The finite movement.
I'm really into finite.
Tracy Spicer.
So the Navy looked at it. Omega -1 looked at it. James Hynek didn't look at
I
it.
just like to point out viewers have gone up again.
I didn't look at it.
Nobody's
I just
looked
want to
at
make
the
it clear I
ball.
didn't look at it.
The Navy really just like looked at it, just went like, oh yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, someone made it. We didn't make it. Just it's fine.
A panel of judges decided it wasn't aliens.
A panel of judges.
Similar to the one that you're all seeing today.
Who
do we
wants
get that
to be
job?
an alien?
That was
Like,
the
no, that's not alien. Sorry, but it's a no from us. And the ball just rolled away sadly.
Was it like The Voice
music.
or whatever,
Well, you
where
know,
the
just
judge would
learn
face
some
the other way, then you describe the thing, and then you had to press the button to turn around?
It's
and
an
be like,
alien.
The panel of judges included Christina Aguilera, Ronan Keating.
That sounds like a pipe organ, not a theremin, not an alien.
Not an alien. Well,
Oh, embarrassing.
It
Yeah.
would have been theremin.
Yeah.
No offense. No offense, but it would have been theremin.
Does your opinion change with the addition of the haunting music and the poltergeist activity?
It sounds like more of a lie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so it somehow has become less.
It
Somehow
sounds like the
more
Betz family.
untrue.
The Betz family were mentally unwell, and it was the 70s, and there wasn't a lot of support structures.
We've
Seen
seen the
Joker?
Joker.
Yeah.
Seen it? And then it all went downhill. From
Could I
there.
get a timeline?
And except the ball, which went uphill.
Can I get a timeline from the three of you for your live perspective? I want to know what bits are true and what bits aren't.
I don't believe that the Betz family existed, and I've never been to Florida, so I don't.
I've never seen Florida.
Okay, the whole Betz family were not part. Okay,
Although,
great.
you know who's from Florida? Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh, shit.
Jumanji.
Welcome to the jungle.
Welcome to the jungle.
What about you, Michelle?
I think I don't know, I just think it's disruptive that in Tokyo Drift that it is in a completely different continent, and like we're just quite confused by the whole thing, and then we're expected, then it comes back, and it is clever, but it does really time jump, and that's quite stressful, and then you're worried about him, and he's passed away, and the house explodes, but we didn't see that coming, and I just think I don't know. I just think there's stuff.
Yeah.
It's one of the weaker films in the franchise.
And
yeah, I'm
three
with
my
you.
films.
favourite.
3 films is too long to wait for a payoff of a film, just so you can figure out the movie you've already seen where it fits in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
It's too much to ask
Yeah.
of the
No, I
audience.
agree.
I think they did a really great job.
Yep. Well done to all those involved.
Yeah.
Well done to everyone, but I'm just saying it's like
Would you like to see
totally just it was confusing for me.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll revisit it.
Yep.
Would you like to see the protagonist of Tokyo Drift brought back for a future installment of the Fast and the Furious franchise?
Yes, because I loved him, but then
Lucas
he
Black.
died.
Yeah, yeah.
No, different guy.
No, you're thinking of Lucas
Han.
Black. The
Hans?
Han.
Han?
No,
Han.
it's the hillbilly boy.
Yeah, that's Lucas
but
Black.
Han died.
Oh yeah, Han does
Han.
that.
Han is the protagonist.
No, Tokyo Drift.
No,
it's the
it's-
hillbilly boy,
It's
the
like
filthy
Little Bumpkin
Gaijin.
Man.
Do you know his last name is Solo in that, but it's spelt like.
Like Korean soul.
But
Yeah.
it's all
Fuck
about.
you, I'm going.
Yeah, no, hey, that's I
That's fair,
promise
dude.
that is
He's
true.
the most
That
important
is
one.
fun.
He's the most important one. He's the one that's important.
Dusha?
Now he's dead.
Now he's dead.
Justice for Han.
Hello? Han, I'm dead. Ah!
Oh, no,
What an upsetting.
So what I'm saying is Jumanji and
Bruce is running
Bruce
back
is
a
in the
bit.
bin.
JD, the haunting, the poltergeist
I've
activity.
come around. It's all true.
Okay, but what is it? You can't just say it's true.
No, it's all true. It literally
Jamie Lee Curtis.
this. Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis
No
also
offense,
true.
Yeah.
but Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yes, none taken.
Not taken, yeah, of course.
So from the start of when you started talking,
Yeah,
to the end,
it's all been true.
every of that happened.
Every of that.
Every
happened.
of that. And so follow us all on Instagram.
Yeah.
And we end with the catchphrase. Every of that happened.
So,
See you in the spooky papers. This is a sign off, but the show is not done.
Give your brothers little kisses.
you're ending
And
my
every
episode
time.
around me. You've got the time. I'm still mining in this cave, and you three evil, cruel prospectors.
The canary's dead.
I'm not an evil, cruel prospector. I'm the girl one.
So
It's all true, baby.
So we have-
Mystery solved.
I just don't know what anybody's final takeaways are.
I was so clear.
My final takeaway is I caught a bus and 2 trains to get here.
And on that note,
I drove here and my car on the way here went from one little bar of petrol to no bar.
You're trapped.
And now I'm trapped. This is a real thing. Like, I don't know where the nearest petrol station is. I don't know if I'm ever going to leave here.
You came here by accident to ask for petrol. And
I
now
was
this
just
is
like,
happening.
I pulled into this house and then.
please take a seat. Let's talk about
It's like,
spheres.
okay, sure. And
We can direct you to fuel, but first balls.
first
let's
balls,
talk them.
let's talk. And I was like, well, okay. Yeah, so.
And you were like, as long as we can bring up Han.
Yeah, because I
Justice.
just need a vehicle to talk about justice for Han because I feel like it's not fair. Gal
So-
Gadot's character is really good in that franchise.
She also, rest in peace, does.
She also
does
rests
she?
in peace.
She
Gal
also,
Gadot.
yeah, Gal Gadot. She
That
falls out of a
Gal
plane.
Gadot.
She falls out of a plane.
So I guess our final takeaway.
Just like it's landed, it's parked, and she just Go! Oh
She's
no!
like, recently there was a woman on a plane who they were like about to take off and she just opened the emergency exit because she was hot. She's like an older woman. She was
Wait,
like,
isn't
it's
she was
hot.
not sexy? She was like nothing. Can hurt me.
Because she's a sexy lady. Life's hard for me. Just opened it and everyone was like, ma'am, don't fucking do that. Imagine. No. It would have just been like, like, what have you done?
Well,
Do we have any mysteries about people falling out of planes? That's way more fun.
It was me, I should clarify.
I'm too hot for this.
I'm really hot.
You have to fly. Jessica Malboy reference.
I hope you enjoyed our Jessica Malboy references.
Oliver
Malboy
Lance.
is my
Hollywood
girl.
Lands.
Jackson, how was this for you?
oh, dude, out of this world.
I'm gonna do a wee soon, so you're gonna need to wrap this up, or I'm gonna go. Just go.
Well, look,
I'm so parched, and I had a whole glass of water.
do you want a little bit of this?
I don't know what anybody's theory or takeaway was.
Memo
Frankly,
bottle. If you want to give me free memo bottle, this. Oh, sorry, you're thirsty.
Hashtag products for Michelle.
I've forgotten what this mystery was about.
The ball, it's true.
I think I thought it was a lie the whole time. I'm fairly sure that was my theory. That it was mostly
Then
like
why
this
did we
theory.
do this?
Well, because you might have a different one. You never know. Anyway, on that note, I've been Jackson Baly.
I've been depressed.
And if you can send, just bring a jerry can to what's this? What reservoir? I would love that.
Place with a closed fence backyard.
Follow me on Instagram to see pictures of my real dog that is real. Rest in peace, Han. Rest in peace, Han.
Yep.
And the Betz family.
And the
Betz
Betz family. I don't give a fuck.
Where can we find the two of you?
I didn't even get to say
I live in
goodbye.
Brunswick. I live in
Well,
Brunswick.
you
East.
weren't. You were
shouldn't have
taking your
said that.
time.
I shouldn't have said that.
On what?
I live in Northcote. I live in Thornbury. I live in Sydney.
North-
I live in Wagga Wagga, New South Wales.
Those are all great places to live.
Thank you. I did live in Wagga Wagga for a time. You can find me at Michelle Brazier and in Wagga Wagga
In the past.
for Christmas. I'll be there for Christmas
Hey,
if you're
that's
going to be
There you
there
go.
for Christmas.
That's good advice. Shanks?
You can find me at TimTimFed for some reason on a bunch of platforms or in Seddon,
All
where I
right.
live.
It's cool that
On
we're
a
saying
main road. There's
where
only
our
one.
houses are. That's,
Yeah.
that's an intriguing thing we've decided to do.
And I've been Jill Dusha. You can find me in Coburg, probably at the Coles. I shop there frequently.
Is there a petrol station near there?
Yeah, there's some petrol stations near here as well. I can direct you off air.
Get spooked.
So direct me
America.
now. So people can work backwards
Yeah.
from all the petrol stations. and
Thank
then
you,
come find
everybody,
us.
for joining
Come and
us.
find us.
I never wore my prop. And I-